Welcome to the Light, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi everyone, welcome back for another edition of Lights, Camera, Rant. And for this particular episode, I have my wonderful guest, Max.
Hello.
Max.
Hello. I'm Max.
Who's kindly enough who's going to join with us for this episode. We're going to obviously talk movies, TV shows, and video games. And also we're going to break down the highest grossing movies of all time. Some that might surprise you. I thought it'd be really good to talk about this because there's a new entry in the highest grossing movies of all time that's recently come out. So now the whole list has kind of shifted. So I thought that'd be really good to look into. And Max was kindly enough to come along for the journey.
Yeah, I'm just going to follow your lead. Whatever.
Well, what we usually do is obviously introduce yourself, Max, and tell me what's your top 5 movies, TV shows, or video games. And I've known Max from we played tennis together for 10 years now.
Oh yeah, easily. Probably about 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be since I was 17.
Yeah.
When we played juniors, and then we had the near perfect junior season.
Yeah.
With Jack. Who Jack has his own podcast called the Jack Pod.
He had his own podcast.
Hey, you guys did 3 episodes together.
We did 3 pretty solid episodes, yeah.
Yeah, they were good. I kept asking. I was like, when are you going to do your next one? Max is like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed. It is on Spotify. It is only 3 episodes. There's 3 episodes and hopefully more to come. And it's called the Jackpot. But yeah, Max, tell us what your top movies or TV shows or video games are.
Oh, so you got to pick one of those topics. What do you want?
Yeah. Let's just go with movies. The only reason I say all 3 is because some people go, I don't have any TV shows I really like. And I was like, all right, well, video games, Oh,
yeah,
well, you can pick either 3.
All right. Well, top 5 movies in terms of enjoyment, or do you think that they're they got the best plots, or what?
Your personal favorites, movies that you could put on at any time and you'll still either laugh, cry, or love every time.
Okay, personal favorites. Probably one I think is The Hangover.
Good choice.
Possibly personal favorite is up there with Dukes of Hazzard.
Is that the one with Stifler in it?
Yeah, Sean William Scott. Yeah.
It doesn't matter what he does. He always will be Stifler.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
He's pretty good in Dukes of Hazzard.
He is. Yeah, and is it Johnny Knoxville?
Yeah, Johnny Knoxville.
And
Jessica.
Yeah,
Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, and Woody Harrelson.
No Woody Harrelson. Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds. But is it Woody Harrelson? That's the one that's
Woody Harrelson. You're talking the guy in Semi-Pro. Nah, you got it all wrong. I don't know where you get Woody Harrelson from.
Oh no, not Woody Harrelson. Shit.
Willie Nelson.
It's Willie Nelson.
2 completely different dudes, but yeah.
I know, you're right. Actually, what's funny is Semi-Pro is not the movie I would instantly go for Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, I haven't watched many movies with him. I know he's in that Planet of the Apes movie, but I haven't watched many movies with him in it. I guess in the Hunger Games, I watched him in that, but that's it.
Yeah, have you ever seen Anger Management with
what, Adam Sandler?
Yeah, Adam Sandler.
Jack Nicholson. You're thinking Jack Nicholson now.
Yeah. No, Woody Harrelson's in that. He plays a hooker in it that he tries to set him up with.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
In the car.
Yeah.
And he's like, you guys are weird.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But sorry to interrupt. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah, so what do we got? A Hangover. Well, honestly, the thing is, the other two Hangover movies are pretty good. Because the first Hangover came out in 2009, and I was like 12 then. So I didn't go to the movies to see it, but I think I watched the third one in the movies.
Yeah.
With Jack, Riley, and Joash. Oh, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, so honestly, I'd probably almost have to put Hangover 2 and 3 in the top 5, but I'll leave them out just so we can rattle off some more. So yeah, Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Probably Talladega Nights.
Oh, I love it. Talladega Nights is like up there with like Step Brothers and The Hangover of like most quotable movies.
Yeah, I think probably Step Brothers wins that. I reckon Step Brothers wins most quotable movies.
Why are you all sweaty? Oh, I was watching Cups. I know you're lying because Cups doesn't come on for 6.
You've watched that probably more times than I have. I've watched that a few times.
It's
the fucking Catalina wine mixer. That's all you need to know. That's
Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah.
It's like, what happens if I come out of the shower looking all hot and sweaty, and and she starts reaching down for my shut the fuck.
Yeah.
But no, Talladega Nights it's so funny. It's like, Bobby, put your hands down. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, when he's doing the interview, yeah.
Yeah. If you're not first, you're last. That's
such a great. Oh, it's his dad. He's hilarious. Fuck, I've forgotten his name. What's the guy's name? He's in Pineapple Express too.
Yeah.
Gary. I think it might be Gary something.
He's did you ever? I don't know if it's like before your time, or it was kind of like before my time. He's the dad of the Brady Bunch.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think he just looks like the dad. Is he really? Because maybe he is. Oh, I think he looks like him, at least.
I'm sure.
Gary Cole. Yeah, that's his name.
It.
I just looked it up. Yeah, Gary Cole.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's hilarious, that movie. It came out before Step Brothers too, and then they made Step Brothers after.
Yeah, I know, but you don't need to watch their third attempt together, which was Sherlock Holmes.
Oh no, I've never watched it.
No,
probably for good reason. It's probably never come on TV either. I've never seen it.
No, it's apparently it's bad. I haven't watched it, but I saw all the reviews come out. The fact that it's nowhere up that top tier of Talladega Nights and Step Brothers. Like it's a straight to DVD kind of movie.
Well, see, the interesting thing is, like John C. Reilly, he's actually like a legitimate actor, like dramatic actor. Have you ever seen Gangs in New York?
No, but that's got Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, it's DiCaprio and who's that other super famous guy? I forget.
But I think I know who you're talking about. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis, yeah.
Yeah, and he played Lincoln in the Lincoln.
In movie. Lincoln, yeah. Yeah.
I've seen that, and I've never been more bored out of my mind.
How long does it go for?
It's a long movie, and it's just he does a fantastic job as Lincoln, but I'm like, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Killer was a lot more interesting.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, just being a good actor isn't enough to make a good movie. Like you can have an actor who's playing a good role, but if it's in a boring movie, you're not going to watch it.
No, that's exactly right. You could be absolutely fantastic in it, but if the script doesn't doesn't follow suit, you could still be great in a shit movie.
Mm.
You could be shit in a great movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Talladega Nights. I remember seeing that. Like, was it? I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
Yeah.
Come save me, Tom Cruise.
Help me, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Hey,
yeah.
Oh god, that's funny as well. It's funny. Just going back, did you know the Hangover movie isn't actually called Hangover in Paris or France?
What's it called?
A very bad trip.
What's the point of that?
I don't know because I was in Europe at the time that Hangover 2 came out.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at the billboard going, that's not what it's called. That's not Hangover.
Yeah, but the billboard would have been in French, wouldn't it?
But no, but the lettering was in English.
The what was in English?
The lettering. So it said in English, a very bad trip.
Yeah, but maybe that was like the subheading. Maybe that was like the thing about it. No? That was
No, that was like it was like big bold letters, like you couldn't see. It didn't say Hangover, very bad trip. It was like very bad trip.
Yeah, okay.
So the only reason I can imagine they've changed it is like, culture stuff. If like they, what a hangover is to them.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe French people don't get hangovers. Maybe they're pretty good at drinking. Who knows?
No, that's Russian people, isn't it? Russian and
Yeah, well, Russian people will be drinking a bit right now, but
let's not dabble on that. Let's not get.
yeah, we'll keep it on movies. Yeah.
If anybody listens to this episode, I think
we endorse Russia and we think they should keep going. They're doing
no, we don't. No, it's not a political podcast. Our thoughts and prayers for the Ukrainians.
Okay, let's go. I've had. All right, so that's 3 movies. I've got A Hangover, Dukes of Hazzard, Talladega Nights. I'm thinking, now that I'm thinking Adam McKay, I'm thinking The Big Short. I really enjoyed that movie.
I haven't seen that.
Oh man, you have to watch that because it's like it breaks down a pretty serious topic, but it makes it look really interesting. Like the global financial crisis is like the most boring topic you can think of, but it's actually like a super entertaining film. It's got a really good timeline and really good characters. Like it's super easy to follow. So, and again, another Adam McKay film that I really like is The Other Guys.
Oh, is that with Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell, and The Rock and Samuel Jackson, but only for a very short time?
Yeah, for a short time.
Yeah.
And then there's what's his name, Michael, the guy who played
Douglas? No. Keaton.
Michael who?
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton, the guy who played Batman.
Yeah. Did you know he's actually coming back and playing Batman again?
You're kidding. Well, he'll be better than Robert Pattinson. That's the joke of the century, right? Like I'm not even into those types of movies, but that is just an abomination.
Look, it's Look, I gotta be honest with you. I have very low. If anyone's listened to any previous episodes, everybody knows I have very low expectations of going into the Batman, because I'm more curious than I am excited because of how, obviously being Robert Pattinson and stuff like that. But Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman because the Flash movie is coming out at the end of this year. Oh, sorry, August, I think, round. The Flash movie is coming out, and they're doing like a multiverse kind of time thing.
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman.
Are they gonna use CGI to make him look younger or some shit, or is he just gonna be like a 60s? How old? You'd have to be at least 60 years old.
Yeah, he's getting on in there. Like, but the thing is, that's the thing. He's not actually. That's not his only appearance. He's also coming back to play Batman again in the Batgirl movie.
Is that like a real studio movie there, or is that just like some joke on Netflix or something?
That's HBO Max are making that.
Oh, HBO. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's a HBO Max movie. Yes. Michael Keaton is 70.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me because he's in that movie called Beetlejuice, and that was in the 1980s. So, and he was
that was a great movie.
I watched it once. It's kind of entertaining, but
he's the best part in the whole movie.
Exactly right. Yeah, everyone else is boring as shit, and then he's just hilarious in a few scenes.
Yeah, I know. And what's funny is I always thought this is if you were watching, all those movies coming out, and someone told you that they're making a live-action Batman movie, and the guy that's playing Batman is the guy from Beetlejuice. How would you have felt like that? How would you have felt? You've been like, what?
Well, I still don't even believe it. Is that even like real or is that a joke? Have they actually made it with him in it?
What do you mean?
With Michael Keaton. They've actually filmed it with Michael Keaton playing Batman this year.
Yep, the Flash and the Batgirl movie. Yes.
Far out.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
What happened to Ben Affleck and Christian Bale?
Christian Bale didn't come back because he stood with Christopher Nolan, and he didn't want to ruin the Dark Knight trilogy because he was originally contacted to actually come back as Batman for Batman v Superman.
Yeah, but then Ben Affleck was in that, right?
Yeah, that's correct, because Christian Bale didn't want to come back. He wanted to leave his Dark Knight trilogy alone.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to come back, and then Ben Affleck got cast.
Yeah.
And Ben Affleck, look at long story short, basically Warner Brothers has completely effed the DCE universe and completely stuffed it around and stuffed all their actors around. Like the Batman movie that we're getting that's coming out this week was originally meant to be a Ben Affleck solo movie.
What do you mean a solo movie?
Well, it was meant to be it was meant to be a Ben Affleck Batman movie.
Who is in it?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, obviously, right. Well, why? Isn't Ben Affleck in it?
Because basically Ben Affleck was going to write it, direct it, and star in it.
Well, that's a joke.
But he was only going to write it and star in it, and the director that came on, who's directing the Robert Pattinson one, they had creative differences. He didn't want to make Ben Affleck's movie, and then everything that happened with the Justice League movie, how that all turned to shambles. Ben Affleck didn't want to come back, so then it got completely reworked to be Robert Pattinson, a year 2 Batman movie.
Yeah. That's crazy, though, when there's so much money on the table that someone will just walk away from it, you know?
Well, that's the thing, is like how much money or your integrity.
I guess.
But the funny thing is, he's still coming back. He's going to be in the Flash movie with Michael Keaton.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Like, I don't get it. To me, if someone told me to come back as Batman, I'd be like, all right, as long as the script's good and makes sense, I'm back. But
it's funny. I'm just thinking now of like who would play a good Batman. You know what? Who came to mind was Tom Hardy, but then I realized he played the bad guy in one of them, so it'd be a bit strange, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would say Tom Hardy, but I think Tom Hardy I could see him playing a Wolverine.
Wolverine? What,
yeah.
After Jackman?
Yeah, I could see him playing Wolverine, because Wolverine isn't as tall as Hugh Jackman is. Wolverine's actually short.
Okay.
But yeah, I could see Tom Hardy doing that. But right now, Tom Hardy's Venom.
What's Venom?
Venom, the Venom movie.
What's a Venom movie? I don't actually watch these movies. I think I should point out first of all that I don't watch these movies. I'm just semi-aware of what's going on, but I don't actually watch this. The only movies I've watched are I watched Spider-Man when I was a little kid, but I watched Iron Man. I watched that a couple times, and I thought that was a decent movie. But I haven't watched any of the other Batmans or Spider-Mans or Supermans, any of them.
Okay, well, Venom basically is a Spider-Man anti-hero villain kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
He's played him, and he's signed on 3 films. He's done 2. He's still got 1 more to go.
Yeah, wow, okay.
But stop going back on the rabbit hole. Pull back. Yes, the other guy is as funny as all hell.
Yeah.
And was it Will Ferrell's wife?
Oh, what's her name? The Spanish girl, Eva Mendes.
That's it. Yeah, Eva Mendes.
Yeah.
Come on, you're not married to her.
I know.
She's my wife. Her bald chain. What?
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's just so many good things about that movie.
No, you got good picks there.
I think,
all of them. Do you have any TV shows?
TV show, yeah, there's heaps of good TV shows, man.
Yeah, shoot.
I don't know where you get started with those. Like, even just in the comedy department, I watched The Office not too long ago.
The Office is fantastic.
Yeah, I waited a long time to watch that. Like, I'd seen episodes, but watching the whole thing was a pretty good show. And then Parks and Rec. Big fan of Parks and Rec. Have you seen that?
I watched, I think, the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I found the main blonde chick annoying.
Yeah, a lot of people either find it boring or they find her annoying.
I found her annoying, but I loved Ron. Ron, I think, was like the highlight of the whole thing, and he was basically, I'm like, that is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just found her really annoying.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
There's probably no chance you've seen 30 Rock then.
No.
Because you know how there's that chick, the blonde chick you're referring to, Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
And then there's the other chick, Tina Fey, and they were on Saturday Night Live together.
Yeah, she's in 30 Rock with Alec
Baldwin. Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. Who's currently will have no career right now.
No, I don't know about that. Is it because apparently what's her name's family sued him.
Yeah, they're suing him. Which
is surprising since they sort of like made up, like the day after he was like, there was like photos of him with them.
Yeah.
With her husband and son, and yeah, it sort of seemed like they had sort of saw it as an accident, but who knows at this point, right?
It's just the whole thing is terrible, and I said this. I said it in my episode when it first came out, was the fact it's a horrible thing that's happened, but at the same time, in this day and age, this stuff shouldn't happen. There should be full regulations and coverage and everything for this to not happen ever. But the unfortunate thing is the fact that in moments like this, people are just vultures. People are going to sue him left, right, and center to get some money.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's complicated too because they weren't filming on like a studio lot. They were filming on like a private ranch thing.
Yeah, it was in Mexico.
Was it New Mexico, right? I think it was in the United States. New Mexico.
Yeah, I thought they were shooting in Mexico.
Yeah, no, New Mexico is a state in the United States.
Sorry, New Mexico. Yes, they were shooting in New Mexico.
Yeah, so they were probably shooting there because it's cheaper and they already had the set and whatnot. And yeah, obviously, like, there was that really young chick who was in charge of probably more than she should have been. And it's just a super, like, to even have, like they said, it's like, why is there even a bullet, like a live bullet?
Yeah, why was there a live bullet in there?
Yeah, there needs to be an explanation as to why it was even there in the first place, let alone in the gun.
Well, apparently the reason why there was a bullet in it was the fact that apparently that the extras or the crew were shooting cans with it early in the day.
That's what I guessed. That's what, and I think, or maybe someone I was talking to gets that. It was like, yeah, maybe like at lunchtime they were going out and having some fun, because they were on a ranch. That's the thing. They weren't on a studio lot. They weren't in California.
No,
Warner Brothers lot or where.
No, but if they were on there, it wouldn't have happened.
No, yes, exactly right. So because they were there, it's sort of direct, because that's the thing in the United States. Like, you're allowed to carry weapons. Like, there's no laws against it. So there was nothing governing them. You know what I mean? Like, who's going to enforce any type of like regulation in that sort of setting? And that's why they were there, because it made it cheaper to produce.
Yeah, exactly right. Because they've been, a whole cheaper about it, and look where it's gotten. And it's terrible, because the fact that, not only is sadly my condolences to her friends, family, and pets, is that she passed away, but Alec Baldwin might never recover from this, and that will be, he might never act again. He might completely no longer go in the spotlight.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, he was willing to do an interview. It seems to me like he probably will. He's an interesting dude. He's just an interesting kind of dude, though, because he's like an incredibly good actor.
He is. He was in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, he was. He was in Beetlejuice. Yeah. What else was he? Oh, he was in what was that movie with DiCaprio and Jack Nicholson and Matt Damon? The Departed.
Oh, The Departed. That is a great movie.
Yeah, that was an incredibly good movie, and that was like an ensemble cast, like a few of the top actors. He was awesome in that. He played a like police chief or FBI chief dude. Yeah. I think he's just an interesting guy. I think he's had like a couple of incidents. Like I think he beat up some guy because he took his parking spot or something like that. Yeah,
that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me at all. He's been in a lot of things, but all I remember, like Alec Baldwin, at one moment he's like skinny as all hell, and then he's solid and a bit putting on a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
But he's been in a lot of things, like he's been in
Hunt for Red October. Did you ever see that? Yeah.
October. Let's see what we got here. He was in Thomas and the Magic Railroad.
What the hell is that?
He was in Cats and Dogs. He was in Cat of the Hat. He was in the SpongeBob movie. Departed, Madagascar.
Pearl Harbor. He was in Pearl Harbor.
That's it. Pearl Harbor. I'm thinking there's one movie, a massive one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was definitely in that. But it's a terrible thing. But no, I haven't seen 30 Rock, but I do know he's in it. Yeah,
no, he's hilarious in that. We were talking about TV shows.
Yeah, we're talking about TV shows.
Yeah.
3 more.
So I've said, Office, Parks and Rec, 30 Rock.
Sorry, I got 2 more.
Yeah, so show I'm watching right now, The Sopranos.
Apparently that is like, I haven't watched it, but apparently that's like it's right up there with like near perfect of a TV show.
Yeah, it's yep.
And its ending is infamous.
Don't tell me what it is, because I don't know anything about it. I'm literally on the last season right now.
It's not. Yeah, well, it's just the ending. It's just you enjoy it, but it's just the ending became very, very talked about, and some people didn't like it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, because it went for so long, and it was such a popular show that it's like any type of ending is going to disappoint viewers either way. So
look, Game of Thrones.
I never looked at Game of Thrones. I never watched an episode.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, and they're making a prequel TV show at the moment.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They are. It's House of something at the moment, but yeah, they're making a prequel show. Because HBO is trying to franchise it. But I don't think it's going to work.
Why? Heaps of people watched it.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll work because the fact the ending was so bad, it might put off people coming back to anything.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't even watched it. It never really took my interest.
Never took my interest either. I had hard pass.
Yeah.
But what else? What else you got? What's your 5th one?
Oh, I'm gonna give you a TV show. And I'll be very impressed if you've even heard of it. And it's called Miami Vice. You ever see that?
Yeah, I've heard of Miami Vice. That's like an 80s TV show.
It's an 80s TV show, and I downloaded a bunch of episodes of it.
Yeah, it's like have you ever played Grand Theft Auto Vice City?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Yeah,
that's pretty much like. There's so much stuff they took from that show for that video game.
Well, it's just the whole style, like so many styles were influenced, like in the 80s, like the main character Don Johnson, he used to wear like an Armani sports jacket with a t-shirt. Like you'd always wear, like you'd wear a normal, like a collared shirt with your sports jacket, but he would wear he would wear a t-shirt, and he'd have boat shoes on. Like, so all these, there was a lot of styles that were influenced by, like, that show, like, was super culturally, what would you call it, influential.
Yeah, trend setting.
But the problem with that is it sort of overshadows how good the actual show was. It was actually just a really good, enjoyable TV show, with like super interesting characters, but people just kind of saw it as a bit of a, because it had a lot of like a, a sort of like a like a blaring soundtrack, and
it was all 80s.
Yeah, it was all 80s. It was all, it was all about Miami in the 80s and the sort of the lifestyle that people were living. But I think overall, like, it was actually such a good TV show. I haven't even watched every episode. I've only watched the first couple of seasons, but it was a super entertaining. Yeah.
It went, let's actually, give me 2 seconds. Yeah, so it went from 1984 to 1990.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, actually. 112 episodes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a solid.
And they're long episodes too. They're like at least 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah, so a solid amount of time.
And it's like a movie. Yeah. Each episode's like its own movie, basically.
Yeah, so roughly about 21 episodes per season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they made a movie about it too.
Yeah, well, they made a movie that was sort of like, well, they didn't really make a movie about it. They made a movie like based on the characters, Crockett and Tubbs.
Yeah, with Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell.
Yeah. That's a good movie in its own right too. That's
box office budget. Budget 135 million. Box office 164 million.
I mean, $164 million isn't a small amount of money, but it that's surprising to me that it wouldn't have made more than that.
It's sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's depending on if it hits the nostalgia like button just right. Like, look at 21 Jump Street.
Yep.
Yeah, that's based off an 80s cop show, and that did fantastic.
The movie did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have put that almost, if I had a thought of it, I probably would have put it on my list, because 21 and 22 Jump Street are great movies.
Did you want to know a trivia fact that you won't believe this?
All right, go for it.
There was almost, apparently there's some script, apparently they were trying to get things to align, but it didn't come to fruition, was for a 21 Jump Street to crossover movie with Men in Black.
How?
I don't know.
This is the problem with these movies. They take them, it's like, it goes from one, it's like a different movie. Like with Fast and Furious, it's like, it just becomes like a different thing. I thought you were going to say that they just had a script for a third Jump Street movie.
No.
I would have watched that. They should have done that. They're too old now. They're practically old men. Channing Tatum's what? He'd be in his 40s by now.
Something like that, yeah. And what's his name?
Jonah
Hill's basically skinny as a rake now.
Yeah. He's like up and down in terms of weight. Because I think he put on weight for War Dogs or something. He was really fat, really overweight in War Dogs.
Yeah.
And I think they did it deliberately for the character. And then,
Probably. But yeah, you're right. Like, his weight goes up and down. But they wanted to make a Men in Black crossover movie. I was like, why? That's a good idea.
Well, obviously it wasn't a good idea because they would have made it otherwise. So.
Well, that's true, but the fact that it even came about.
Who was going to be in the? Was it going to be like Will Smith and?
From what I remember reading about, they didn't get that far, but Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum were contacted about it. They did speak about it.
Yeah, okay. But that probably happens all the time with all sorts of movies.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
Well, it's how things come about. That's really, but
I guess, yeah.
But I look at this stuff and I look to myself like, whose variety thinks this is a fan? Yeah, this is what we're going to pour our money into. Like, this is a great idea.
I mean, I probably would have tried to watch it. I wouldn't have gone to the movies to watch it, no way, but I probably would have watched it.
No. Well, I would have watched it just for the absurdity of it. Like
exactly. Yeah.
How have they crossed? Like, why are they in the same universe?
Well, you just couldn't. They probably just couldn't pull it off. They probably tried. They probably just couldn't get like a script that made any sense whatsoever.
And not to mention the new Men in Black movie bombed at the box office too.
Didn't they put a woman in that or something?
Woman? Yes, yes, they did. It was
okay.
Chris Hemsworth and and I forgot her name. She was also in Thor 4. Sorry, she's also in Thor 3 and 4. Tina, no. It'll come to me. But yeah, basically, yeah, there was man and woman, and unfortunately, yes, it didn't go very well, and it bombed at the box office. Well,
everything's bombing at the box office these days.
Was Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson. That's it.
Never heard of her.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, by bombing, I mean it bombed with the critics, but its budget was 110 million, but it made 253 million.
So what's wrong with that? That went fine.
Because in fact, all the reviews were very bad.
Oh well, who cares about reviews? Everything gets bad reviews.
Oh,
every
podcast doesn't.
Who's giving you reviews?
I get reviews.
From who?
I do. Actually, if you go on Spotify right at the moment, it says that I've received 5 stars reviews.
What, from your friends?
No, just from... it doesn't show me who's... It doesn't show me who's actually, given a 5-star review, but there's 5-star review out there. And
so obviously my point is reviews don't mean anything.
No. Don't listen to him.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like Adam Sandler films, like a lot of those hilarious, like weird films that he makes, like they just get like absolutely canned, but they're actually like hilarious and people enjoy them. So
they. So the thing is, the funny thing is, if writing on paper, they can be bad, but like just watching for its absurdity and stupidity, it's hilarious.
Yeah. But that's what a movie should be sometimes.
Well, it should. What's the last comedy I watched? Last thing I watched was Afterlife, and that was funny and sad at the same time.
Don't know, I haven't seen it.
It's got Ricky Gervais in it.
Oh yeah, he's weird. I don't like him. I mean, I like him, but I don't like any of the stuff he's done.
Yeah,
I don't really like his comedy. I don't really like any of the movies he's been in, or The Office, or any of that.
He's got a particular set of humor.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of his movies. I've seen some of the obviously the clips from the original Office.
Yeah.
But no, like he was funny in this because the show's about what basically it is that his wife's just passed away with breast cancer, and he wants to kill himself, and but all of his friends don't want him to do it because he can't live without her.
Yeah.
But basically, the funny side is he basically bees a prick to everybody.
Yeah.
And it gets funny as the show goes on, but it flips like within 2 seconds from being funny to sad.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, what other was that 4, 5 TV shows that you gave?
Yeah, I think that's 5 now.
It's 5. All right. So what we'll do is, so that's Max Tastes, which is a good solid taste.
Yep.
So let's go to highest grossing movies of all time. So what do you actually think, without looking, what do you actually think is the highest grossing movie of all time?
Adjusted for inflation or not? Do you know what I mean? Like, if a movie was made like 20 years ago, then
not
yeah,
not adjusted.
not adjusted. So just on raw dollar value.
Yeah, raw dollar value.
Well, it's got to be Avatar, right? That'd have to be up there. Maybe one of the Fast and Furious movies, probably one of the latest ones.
If my list doesn't want to be shit. All right, here we go. All right, so the highest grossing movie of all time is Avatar. Avatar's still number one.
That was made like 10 or 15 years ago. That was pretty old.
2009.
Yeah, that's pretty old.
And the thing is that he's still gonna make Avatar 2, 3, and 4.
That's what he says.
And, well, Avatar 2 is currently in production, and I can't. You know, what's funny is that it's been in production for so long. I haven't completely lost my attention for it when it's actually coming out, because it's just whenever.
Yeah.
So number one is Avatar with $2.847 billion.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the same amount of money.
Yeah.
Number two is Avengers Endgame.
Haven't watched it.
Oh, what?
I don't watch them. I don't watch those movies.
No. Fair. But that is number two. It was number one. However, Avatar got re-released in China, and that's how it made its money.
Oh, that makes sense.
So Avengers Endgame was number one, but then re-released in China and took number one spot again.
Yeah, gotcha. I see.
Which Avatar was a good movie, but I think what really boosted it was the fact that they really the whole 3D thing at the time.
Yeah, I watched it in 3D at IMAX.
Yeah. Oh, I saw it 3D in the cinema, but not IMAX. I think IMAX would have been amazing.
Yeah, it was good, but I was like a kid anyway. But yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good movie. So I'm just how long it's taken to make a sequel. Like, god damn.
Yeah, but he does all that other weird stuff. He goes underwater exploring and all that kind of crazy stuff.
Number three is Titanic.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but little trivia fact: oh my god, I just can't believe I just forgot her name. Oh my god,
Kate Winslet.
No, Kate Winslet. No. What's her name? She is the only lady. She plays Gamora. She's in Avatar, and she's actually in Avengers Endgame as well.
Zoe Saldana.
That's it. Yep. She is the only actress at the moment with both 1 and 2 highest grossing movies of all time that she stars in.
Yeah. Okay.
Which that's incredible to have under your belt.
Yeah, well, I guess it's interesting. Yeah,
and she didn't have a minor role; like she's in it. That she's in both of them for a decent amount of time.
Yeah, well, she's like basically the main actress in Avatar.
Yeah, and she's like one of the mains in Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, okay.
But Titanic is $2.187 billion grossing.
Yep.
Which it was number one. It was number one.
Yeah, like 20 years ago, it would have been number one.
Yeah, that came out in 1997. It is actually, I'm going to look at the top 20. It is actually the oldest movie on this list.
Yeah. There you go.
Number 3, Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Which one's that?
Is
that the recent one, like J.J. Abrams' first one?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
apparently that was a good movie. I haven't seen it.
It's a good movie. Just don't watch the second or third. It's just shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's just what I think. Look, in saying that, let me reiterate that. The reason why I think they were terrible is the fact J.J. Abrams left the second one and then came back for the third. So across the trilogy, it incoherent vision,
Hmm.
which it suffered from.
Yeah. Okay.
And number 4 is Avengers Infinity War, which you probably haven't seen.
Nope.
Number 6, which is the one that I was just saying, the fact has shifted the list, is Spider-Man No Way Home.
Was that another super recent one?
Yep, that's when it came out before Christmas.
Garfield or that's the other kid. What's his name?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire, and spoiler alert, Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
And Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Number 7 is Jurassic World.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen that either. I was a big fan of the Jurassic Park movies when I was a kid, but I haven't bothered to watch that one.
You don't need to watch the 5th one, but you should watch that one, because what really intrigued me about that one is the fact that basically the premise is what happens if John Hammond's dream actually did come true. So what if the park actually opened and everything?
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah. So what they did is that someone actually, a new billionaire, came in and actually finished building the park.
Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
So that's the premise for the movie. And find out a new one's coming out this year. It's called Dominion, Jurassic Park Dominion, and both the original Sam Neill, Laura Dern, I think it is, and Jeff Goldblum, they've all come back.
Oh yeah.
They're all come back for this new one.
Wow.
Yeah. The trailer actually came out the other week, and all I had was nostalgia. Because I love the first Jurassic Park, and 3/4 of the CGI of that movie holds up.
Yeah. You're talking about the very first one.
Yeah, the very first one.
Yeah, no, it was pretty scary when you're a little kid watching that. Yeah.
100%. Like the all the raptor scenes.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
A great movie. Actually, I liked all 3.
Oh yeah, all 3 were good. Yeah, definitely.
Number 8 is the new Lion King movie.
Yeah.
The real life one.
I think I've actually watched the original Lion King, but it was not too long ago. I never watched it when I was a kid.
Oh, the original Lion King's great.
Yeah, it is. It's not too bad.
It's just sad because he's like Mufasa. But yeah, I saw the new Lion King in the movie. It's not bad. It was just like, the problem is you already know the story, so you're really just watching.
Yeah, well, it's for the kids these days, right? They just remade it for a modern audience, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's the same thing what they do with Milan, but Milan that went to bad reviews.
Okay.
Number 9 is the Avengers. Oh, I haven't seen that.
I definitely haven't seen that. No.
Okay. Well, this next one is, you are right. Number 10 is Furious 7.
7.
That's the highest.
Not 8 or 9.
Nope.
That's weird.
Furious 7 is number 1, because Furious 7 is the one where it was the last one with Paul Walker.
Yeah, I see. So a lot of people must have gone to watch it.
Yeah, because there was the whole, because he died.
He died ages before it was released. Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't finish the movie, so they had to use his brother.
Yeah.
But he didn't die when it was released, because he died before the movie came out. That's what built the overwhelming hype about it.
Yeah, that's probably when they. I'm not going to say they started to turn bad, but that was when it started. What's his name? The Rock and Jason Statham. They became basically main characters in it after that.
Yeah.
Before that, yeah.
What makes me feel old is when I watch the first one and see what they're stealing, and I'm like, oh my god, because they're stealing thick TVs and VHS players. I'm like, oh god. I'm gonna have to apply for my pension.
What?
I'm gonna have to apply for my pension,
What do you mean?
meaning my retirement. How old I am.
Yeah. Well, look, yeah, but when was that made? That would have been like late 90s, right?
It was
Early
2000, 2001?
Yeah, well, 21 years ago.
But it's just getting so absurd.
I haven't seen the last. I think I definitely saw the seventh one, but I haven't watched the eighth or the ninth.
Now, well, you get ready for the 10th and 11th.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it's going to end apparently at number 11.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Number 11 is, you probably haven't seen this, Frozen 2.
definitely haven't seen that.
Which we currently hit the $1.450 billion mark. Next, number 12 is Avengers: Age of Ultron. You probably haven't seen that.
Oh.
Number 13 is Black Panther. Have you seen that?
Nah, I didn't watch that.
Okay. All right. What about this one? Number 14, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
I watched it on TV. I didn't watch it in the movies.
No. Yeah, that's up there as number 14.
Yep.
What's funny is, actually, look at this list. It actually tells you that at one point it was actually the third highest grossing movie of all time.
Really? Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And it kept getting bumped down.
Ah.
Number 15 is Star Wars: The Last Jedi, which you don't need to see that. That's trash. Which you probably haven't seen. Number 16 is Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom, the sequel.
Yep.
Which I guess you haven't seen that.
Haven't seen that.
All right. Number 17, Frozen.
Haven't seen that. 18,
Beauty and the Beast.
Haven't seen that. Oh, the one with Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah, haven't seen that.
All right. Number 19, Incredibles 2.
Haven't seen that. I watched the first one when I was a little kid. Yeah.
First one's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
And the video game was good too.
Don't know about
that. And number 20 is The Fate of the Furious, which is Fast 8.
The eighth one, yeah.
Yeah, which came in at 1.238 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. What the? The thing is, like, I did an episode ages ago, and it was like franchises that need to die or need to stop, and Fast and Furious was up there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not even Fast and the Furious anymore. It's just like its own different thing. So,
they went into space in the last one.
Yeah, that's why I haven't seen it since the seventh. So, yeah.
They went into space, and one of the writers or the directors was like, "Oh, we're also not putting anything on the table, even like a crossover with Jurassic Park."
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, please stop. Please, whatever you're doing, just stop.
Oh, well, it's just money. People want to see it, so they'll keep making it.
That's true. I can't argue with that. And number 21 is Iron Man 3. 22 is Minions, which I'm surprised. 23 is Captain America 3. 24 is Aquaman. And 25 is Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
There you go. That's an old one.
Yeah, 2003. Have you seen that?
I've seen one or two of them. I might have actually seen that movie.
Yeah, it's the last one.
Yeah. Interesting.
No, it's funny. I hadn't seen it. I probably didn't see the Lord of the Rings trilogy until I was 16 or around about there, 16 or 17. And guess who actually made me watch them?
No idea.
Kelly.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Kelly's, for everyone who doesn't know, is one of my friends that we play tennis with. She was the one who actually, like, you haven't seen Lord of the Rings? I was like, no. She's like, we're watching Lord of the Rings. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'll watch at some point. She's like, are you? I'm like, probably not. And she's like, all right, well, we're going to watch them.
Yeah, nah, they're not bad.
No, but I could not watch the extended ones. Nah, not for that long.
Yeah, no, they go for like 4 hours.
Yeah, they're so long. The extended, there is so much like it's almost like a day to watch all three extended versions if you watch them.
Mm.
Like I haven't got that time. Yet there's me who's like, Endgame was 3 hours long and it was fantastic.
Yeah, well, if you're enjoying it, it's a different thing.
Yeah, that's true. But that is the top 20, sir. So was there any in there that you actually were surprised?
Not really. I knew it was going to be all those super popular superhero movies.
I have pretty much all of them have my money to them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of them do.
Oh.
Oh, Avatar.
Avatar.
Yeah.
I think the only movies that don't have my money to them is the Minions and Beauty and the Beast and the Furious movies.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I just can't. I can't stand. I can't stand the Fast and Furious movies. Nah.
Not the new ones, yeah. It's fair enough.
Ah, 1 and 2 were good. 1 and 2 were good, and
I think 3 was good too, though.
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift was alright.
3.
I think that was still alright. I've seen up to 7, and
Yeah.
I think they were all good movies. Like I just haven't seen 8 or 9, so I can't really judge. But up to there, it was pretty good still. So
Or have you seen the spin-off movie as well?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah,
No, I haven't seen that.
that's I haven't seen it. Do you know? Apparently, it's reported that in their contracts they can't be made to look weak.
Okay.
Yeah, no shit. Go look it up. It's actually apparently in their contracts they can't look weak or they can't lose a fight. So if you go watch those movies, every time they're in a fight, something happens in the fight, so they can't finish it.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, because between like Vin Diesel and The Rock and Jason Statham, which apparently both Vin Diesel and The Rock have had a falling out.
Yeah, okay.
And Vin Diesel wants The Rock to return to the franchise for 10, 11, but The Rock's turn around and go, no, I'm done. I don't want to come back. I'm all good, which is fair because, like, you know, it obviously everyone has their own character arc, and if you feel like your character's arc done, and anything extra is just pushing it, then he doesn't need the money. So any project he's going to do, he has the love. He's not going to do it on a whim. Which The Rock actually gets his first crack at being a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's playing a superhero this year called Black Adam, which he basically plays a superhero like Superman who completely disregards the fact that he can kill anybody.
He what?
He can just kill anyone if he doesn't like them.
Oh, nice.
But there's more to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the highest grossing movies of all time, and it's just interesting, like seeing what used to be number 1 or number 2, and it's just kept getting bumped down and bumped down and bumped down.
Yeah, well, it's going to happen, isn't it? It's always, especially with a bigger viewing audience. Like you said, the Chinese audience is so big these days.
They do. Do you know they edit their movies? Some of them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they edit everything. Yeah. No, I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Yeah. If to your last thing, if we to adjust for inflation, the highest grossing movie of all time is Gone with the Wind.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Which, if it was just for inflation, it'd be $3.724 billion.
Yeah, because that was released in like the 40s or something.
Oh, you're so close, man. Oh, 1939.
Yeah, okay. That's the same year as the Wizard of Oz, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
That doesn't surprise me.
yeah.
I didn't
Uh,
realize um, when I first saw Wizard of Oz, I did not realize how old that movie was
well, I
until I
think,
actually done.
yeah, I think it was the first color film. I don't, or like the first like mass-produced color film.
First mass produced.
Yeah,
Actually, you know what's funny? You actually say that. I'm surprised that hasn't been remade.
it has, hasn't it? Didn't they? Oh, they did the
Oh,
play. They did the play.
they did the play, and then they did a prequel movie with James Franco.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. They sort of did.
Yeah,
They did.
actually, you're right. Wizard of Oz came out the same year as Gone in the Wind.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Uh, yeah, Gone in the Wind. But yeah, there's a little trivia fact. If you go have a look, there was so many things wrong that happened during the production of the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, it was. Yeah, I know they sort of abused what's her name.
Yeah, apparently she was on tablets that the de-aging tablets. Also, hormone stopped, so she didn't age during the production.
Yeah, Judy Garland. Judy Garland. That's her name.
Yeah. Apparently, the Tin Man, he got poisoning from the stuff they put on him.
Yeah. Okay.
He got poisoned. The witch got third-degree burns.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And if there's a bit in it where it's a bit disproven now, but when you go watch the clip, you can see why everyone thought it. But there's a clip where they're walking down the Yellow Brick Road, and if you look off in the background, it looks like a munchkin is actually hanging himself.
Yeah, I've seen that photo. Is that not real?
No, it's not real. It's been disproven. It's just a flamingo, apparently.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, all right, I want to have a look. And if you actually look at the photo, you're like, yeah, that looks like a munchkin hanging themselves.
Hmm.
But yeah, there was so many production things wrong with that movie that it's insane.
Yeah, but it was a great movie, so you know.
Oh yeah, well, it was a great movie, but
Yeah.
And it did fantastic. It did fantastic, but when you read everything else, you're like, oh Jesus, oh God.
Yeah.
Have you watched any movies recently
No, I haven't been watching that many movies, to be honest.
or TV shows?
Yeah, I've been watching The Sopranos, pretty much.
That was me. I forgot to say this about The Sopranos. Is that when you finish it, there's also the prequel movie on HBO Max.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
And apparently, what's his name? The guy who plays Mr. Soprano.
Yeah, Gandolfini. Yeah.
Yeah, he apparently was paid. He was paid a nice lump sum because he was offered a role on The Office.
Oh wow.
And he was paid a lump sum from the production company. I think it is HBO. Paid him a lump sum to not go take any role from them.
Ah, yeah, that's interesting.
They didn't want him to appear in it.
Yep.
And I was like, well, all right, I'll take the money.
Yeah, I see.
But yeah, apparently I was reading that. I was like, wow, because they didn't want him to leave, and they didn't want him to, be associated with another show.
Yep.
They're like, that's insane. But hey, crazy things have happened. But I'm going to go see the Batman movie this weekend. Going to see that and check it out, see if it's any good. But you're right. Like it'd be very weird with Robert Pattinson. But apparently, the thing is, like he's turned his career around. He's actually in a movie with William Dafoe. It's called The Lighthouse.
Yep.
And apparently, he's really good in that. and it's basically about two lighthouse men who go crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, if that tickles your pickle.
Probably not.
Uh,
Hey, I hope you don't mind, Lee, but I think I'm about ready to wrap up now.
No,
Yeah.
No, that's all right. No, we're reaching that point. But what I would like to say is thank you very much, Max, for coming on this episode, and I really do hope to have you again for future, because like I'm always up for more guests, especially you were a completely different, like especially if you go a different view. That's like my favorite. But I hope everyone has enjoyed, Max, and until next time, guys, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.